The night before his arrest, Jesus did something the canonical Gospels never recorded. He gathered 3 of his closest disciples in a dimly lit corner of the garden, not to pray, not to warn them about the betrayal, but to show them something on his own body, a mark, a birthmark that had been there since the day he was born. And what he whispered next would never make it into any official scripture, because what he revealed was too dangerous, too threatening to the powers that control this world. He told them that this mark was not random. It was not a flaw in the skin. It was a sign, a brand placed by forces older than humanity itself. And then he looked at them and said something that changed everything. You have them too, and they know exactly where to find you because of it. If you are watching this right now, there is a reason. Not coincidence, not the algorithm. Something deeper, something inside you recognized this title and made you click. That same something has been with you your entire life. You have always felt different, like you did not quite belong here, like there was a purpose burning inside you that no one else could see or understand. And perhaps you have noticed it, a birthmark somewhere on your body. Maybe you have looked at it 1,000 times without ever questioning why it is there. Tonight, that changes. Because the Gnostic texts that were buried for almost 2,000 years contain a truth that was meant to stay hidden forever. They reveal that certain souls are marked before birth, tagged, identified by the Archons, the unseen rulers of this material realm, so they can be tracked and suppressed throughout every lifetime. But here is what they never wanted you to discover. The very mark they place to control you is also the proof of what you truly are. By the end of this video, you will understand why you carry this sign. You will learn how to transform their brand of control into your badge of liberation. And you will finally have the answer to a question your soul has been asking since you first opened your eyes in this world. This is not information. This is recognition, and your awakening starts now. To understand why you carry these marks, you must first understand where you truly come from. Not the story you were told, not the version written by those who conquered and controlled. The real origin, the one they buried in the Egyptian desert for almost 1,600 years. In 1945, a farmer in Nag Hammadi, Egypt, discovered a sealed clay jar buried near the cliffs. Inside were 13 leather-bound codices, texts that had been hidden by early Gnostic Christians who knew the Roman Church would destroy them. And destroy them they tried. But these manuscripts survived. And what they reveal about the nature of reality, the origin of your soul, and the forces that govern this world changes everything you thought you knew. According to these ancient texts, there exists a source beyond all sources. The Gnostics called it the monad, pure consciousness, undivided awareness, the true divine that has no form, no limitation, no personality. This is not the God of religion. This is the infinite from which all existence flows. From this source, emanations of light emerged, divine sparks of consciousness that carried the essence of the monad within them. You are one of these sparks, not metaphorically, literally, a fragment of the infinite source, wrapped in flesh, experiencing limitation. But something went wrong. The texts describe a being called the Demiurge, a lesser creator who fashioned the material world not as a paradise, but as a prison. This entity, blind to the true monad above it, believed itself to be the supreme God. It declared itself the only one, the jealous god, the ruler demanding worship and obedience, and it created this physical realm to trap divine sparks, to harvest their energy, to keep them locked in cycles of suffering and forgetting. The demiurge did not work alone. Beneath it served the Archons. The word itself means rulers in Greek. These are the architects of control, the engineers of the system that keeps humanity asleep. They operate beyond physical sight, influencing thoughts, emotions, and the very fabric of reality as you perceive it. And here is where the birthmarks enter the story. The Gnostic text, known as the Apocryphon of John, describes how the Archons participated in the creation of the human body. Each one contributed to a different part. They shaped the flesh to be a container, a vessel designed to hold the divine spark while keeping it unaware of its true nature. But they faced a problem. Not all sparks were equal. Some souls carried a stronger connection to the monad, a brighter light, a frequency that could not be fully suppressed. These were the pneumatics, the spirit bearers, the ones destined to eventually remember and awaken. The Archons recognized the threat these souls posed. If even one fully awakened, it could inspire others. It could crack the entire system. So they marked them, not to honor them, to track them, to identify them across every incarnation so they could be targeted, suppressed, and energetically harvested with greater precision. These marks were